Last night, your brain created a world that did not exist. You may have seen people who were not there. You may have heard voices no one spoke. You may have felt fear, love, danger, memory, or grief. And then you woke up and called it a dream. But imagine waking up thousands of years ago. No neuroscience, no REM sleep, no brain scans, no modern psychology, no explanation that your sleeping mind was generating images. You close your eyes, enter another world, meet the dead, see impossible places, hear warnings, then return to your body in the morning. What would you think had happened? Today we have a phrase that makes dreams small. It was just a dream. That sentence is powerful. It lets us dismiss the impossible. A dead relative appears. Just a dream. You fall from the sky. Just a dream. A stranger tells you something that feels important. Just a dream. But ancient humans did not live inside our modern explanations. They did not know the brain was creating virtual worlds at night. They did not know that sleep has stages. They did not know that memory, emotion, fear, and imagination could combine into an experience that feels real. So when a dream felt powerful, strange, or terrifying, it may not have felt like nonsense. It may have felt like contact, a message, a warning, a glimpse, maybe even a visit from somewhere beyond ordinary life. Across ancient cultures, dreams were often treated as meaningful. Not always. Not every dream was sacred. But some dreams were taken seriously enough to be recorded, interpreted, and sometimes acted upon. In ancient Egypt, one famous papyrus, now known as the Dream Book, lists dreams and gives interpretations. A person sees something in a dream. Then the text tells whether it is good or bad, and what it might mean. That is not how most modern people treat dreams. We usually wake up, laugh, and forget them. But this tells us something important. At least some ancient people believed dreams could be read, like symbols, like signs, like a language that arrived while the body was asleep. To understand this, you have to imagine night differently. Today, night is not truly dark. There are streetlights, phones, screens, cars, lamps, electricity. Even when you sleep, the modern world still hums around you. But for most of human history, night was deeper, darker, quieter, more dangerous. When the sun disappeared, the world changed. Predators moved. Shadows took over. Fire became protection. The boundary between the living world and the unknown may have felt thinner. Now imagine sleeping in that world. The fire burns low. The people around you breathe in the dark. Outside, animals move where you cannot see them. Then your mind opens a world of images. A dead parent speaks. A strange animal appears. A river turns to blood. A voice says, "Go there." A face says, "Do not go." You wake before sunrise. Your heart is racing. Would you really think it meant nothing? In ancient Mesopotamia, dreams could be categorized in different ways. Some were treated as messages. Some were symbolic. Some were omens. Some were connected to sickness or the body. That is fascinating, because it shows a more complex view than simply saying, ancient people thought all dreams were magic. They noticed differences. Some dreams seemed direct. Some seemed coded. Some seemed predictive. Some seemed physical. In other words, they were trying to classify dreams. They were trying to make order out of the strange experiences people had at night. That is a very human thing to do. We still do it now. Only our language has changed. They might have asked, is this a warning from the gods? Is this a sign of what will happen? Is this an illness? Is this a message? Today we might ask, was it stress? Was it trauma? Was it memory? Was it fear? Different explanations. Same mystery. In ancient Greece, some people went even further. They did not only interpret dreams after they happened, they deliberately sought them. In healing sanctuaries connected with Asclepius, people practiced what is known as dream incubation. A person seeking healing might sleep in a sacred space. hoping to receive a dream that offered guidance, diagnosis, or cure. Think about how different that is from the modern world. Today, if we are sick, we usually look to hospitals, tests, scans, medicine. But in that world, a dream could be part of healing, not entertainment, not randomness. A possible meeting point between the human body, the divine, and the unknown. To us, that may sound strange, but from their perspective, perhaps it made sense. When the body was awake, it suffered. When the body slept, another kind of experience appeared. Maybe that experience could reveal something hidden. There is one kind of dream that still affects people today. Dreams of the dead. Someone you lost appears. They speak. They smile. They look healthy. They warn you. They forgive you. They stand silently. Then you wake up. Even today, with all our modern explanations, those dreams can feel different. They can feel heavier, more real, more meaningful. Now imagine an ancient person having that dream. No modern psychology, no talk of grief processing, no neuroscience. A dead person appears in sleep. They say something. They vanish. Was that memory? Was that the soul? Was it a spirit? Was it a message? Was it the dead returning? For many ancient people, dreams may have offered a space where the boundary between living and dead felt less solid. And perhaps that is why dreams mattered so much. They were not just images, they were encounters. Here's the strange part. Modern science can explain a lot about sleep and dreams. We know the brain is active during sleep. We know dreams can involve memory, emotion, threat simulation, desire, fear, and random association. But even now, dreams still do not feel simple. Then it collapses, and you return. You can wake up from a dream and know it was produced by your brain, and still feel haunted by it. You can know the person you saw is gone, and still feel like you met them. You can know the danger was not real, and still wake up shaking. So maybe ancient humans were not foolish for taking dreams seriously. Maybe they were responding honestly to how dreams feel. Because a dream is one of the strangest things a human being experiences. Every night, the body becomes still. The outside world disappears, and the mind builds another reality. A reality with people, places, rules, emotions, and danger. Dreams show something deep about humans. We are meaning-making creatures. When something happens to us, we ask why. When we see patterns, we look for messages. When we suffer, we search for signs. When the dead appear, we wonder if they came for a reason. Ancient dream interpretation was not just superstition. It was an attempt to understand the invisible. It was an attempt to make sense of fear, illness, grief, fate, memory, and the future. And in a way, we still do the same thing. We may not visit temples to ask a god for a dream. We may not read dream books the same way ancient Egyptians did. But we still wake up and search online. What does this dream mean? We still tell people, I had the weirdest dream last night. We still feel that some dreams matter more than others. And maybe that is because dreams sit in a strange place. Between body and mind. Between memory and imagination. Between the real and the unreal. Between the living and the dead. So what did ancient humans think dreams were? Not one thing. A message, an omen, a warning, a symptom, a doorway, a visit, a mystery. But maybe the deeper question is this: why do dreams still feel meaningful, even after we tell ourselves they are just dreams? Because every night you disappear from this world, enter another one, and come back with fragments. And for most of human history, that may have been too powerful to ignore.